Hello, everybody. Welcome on in to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. I'm Sean, and today we have another set of games of baseball here inside MLB 11, the show on the PlayStation 2. We have a funky day today because we only have 3 games that were selectable from the April 19th, and I went forward and looked through all of the days that have like 4 or fewer games. There's only a couple of times. We'll get another one in like a week that is only 4 games that we'll have, so we get some duplicate teams, and then the All-Star game will only be 1 day anyway. So, yeah, funky day today, but we're gonna knock through 3 games real quick. We have the Cardinals taking on the Cubs, the Padres taking on the Rockies, and the Royals taking on the Mariners. The Rockies and the Cubs are duplicate teams from the last couple of days, so please, you know what? I don't even need to ask for your forgiveness, because that's just how it goes. Sometimes that's how it works. Let's jump in to today's action. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Sunday. View today's game. And I think I made sure to change the thumbnail, which is always a positive. And we're moving forward. So we have the 8-7 St. Louis Cardinals taking on the 5-10 Chicago Cubs. Cubs, they have a losing record everywhere. They're exactly 500 everywhere. It's not like they're 3-3 and then 2-6 or whatever. Welcome in. Green Bay barely beat the New York Giants today, who are on their like 3rd string quarterback, so that's infuriating. But it is what it is. A win's a win, but they are not a Super Bowl favorite. They've lost some pieces, but that's how it goes. Everybody's lost pieces. As the St. Louis Cardinals visit the Chicago Cubs with a brief bit of football talk before, because the injuries have been brutal this year for all the teams involved. All right, let's focus on some baseball. The ivy is on the wall in Chicago. I don't think that's actually accurate for April, but we're going to go ahead and just work with it. And we'll get you your St. Louis Cardinals starting lineup. Center fielder Alex Rios. Catcher Ronnie Paulino. Shortstop Hanley Ramirez, followed by left fielder Hanley and Manley. Manny Ramirez in left field. Chipper Jones, the third baseman. Mark DeRosa, designated hitter. Tyler Colvin in right. Troy Gloss at first. Aaron Hill at second. And that is your starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. And we'll get you set with our pitching matchup here as I'm locked in. I'm ready to roll. Been recording a lot today. Doug Davis 0-3 with a 3.68 ERA. Not a terrible ERA. 7.1 innings pitched in 3 games. And I got a little distracted there with some of the numbers, so I didn't quite get through what I wanted to get through. I don't know why he pulls it down so quickly. He has 8 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. We'll see what he can do against the St. Louis lineup that is all right-handed. Chipper Jones is a switch hitter, but it is a lefty, so it doesn't really matter. Hopefully you enjoyed the mini-season debut last night. I have fun making it. Hopefully you have fun. Hopefully you enjoy watching it, and even if you don't, I'm going to still put it up. It is going to be a lull for the baseball stuff anyway. People move on to other things, which makes sense. So. Very excited for MLB The Show 26. And that pitch is in for a strike. If we could get a variable timeline season of like how many games we could have, that'd be probably the best case scenario. But until then, we get to use old video games in a 4:3 aspect ratio. Lefty fires. That's hit up the first base line and foul. Wrigley Field looks a little odd up the lines. This must have been before they moved the... I think we've been here before, and I think we've had this conversation of, like... This was before they moved the... I like the pitch selection there. I just... the location being slightly better. Getting him on the outside corner. But he left it wide. 2-2 is your count here. So we get into the first game of the day. And he went right back to that pitch, and he gets by everybody into left field. I think we did talk about the fact that this was before the bullpens got moved to center field, which is where they are now, which seems honestly kind of miserable. Like I don't love the way the bullpen looks on the field itself. I get that, but also like a covered bullpen in the heat sounds awful. Give me an open air bullpen just that's back in the outfield. I don't know how many teams have closed bullpens. One pitch, one swing, and this should be an easy out for the shortstop. Runner returns to first, and it's one away. That'll bring up Hanley Ramirez. The first half of Ramirez and Ramirez. If they've crushed your dreams with a home run, they'll give you a hug. 1 on, 1 out here for St. Louis. See, they played a football game at Wrigley yesterday, and I think they are playing it again next Saturday. I did see that's a bad throw. That's so bad it's good. That's a Cal Raleigh throw in the ALDS. I did see that. I've seen that Northwestern is playing. They played one last year as well. And again next Saturday. But Northwestern Stadium's situation is weird. Is weird, so. Yeah, it was a pretty good game, too. Northwestern ended up losing on a last-second field goal, but almost knocked off 18th ranked or whatever it was, Michigan. I saw a little bit of that game, but I did not realize it was in Wrigley Stadium. Whoever had the broadcast last year had really awesome drone shots of the stadium, like flying around. It looked very, very cool. 1 and 2. Yeah, the game gives you the information on how bad that throw was because the second baseman still went for the tag. Wild. So is it still going to be? Well, here, we'll look it up. Northwestern? They don't even play in Chicago. I think they play like a little bit north. 24-22 is your final. Wrigley Field. Lefty winds and fires. He really likes that curveball today. Second baseman bobbles it, and it's going to throw off the timing to first. Safe. Good hustle up the first base line. Minnesota Northwestern. And you are correct. Yeah, Wrigley Field. Ooh, I will have to try and watch that game. It's on Big Ten Network. I think they're hosting Iowa next week. Campus is in Evansville. We're going to check on the runner at first. Pitcher sets. Ready to fire to Ramirez. That's inside. Manny Ramirez, that is. Hanley Ramirez on first. Kept that inning alive. Or kept this inning alive, I should say. Yeah, I'll have to tune into that and watch it. I'm kind of a sucker for, like, gimmick stadium games. They are going to try the steal again, and he is out at second. So Ramirez will lead off the top of the second, and St. Louis loses 2 runners on attempted steals to second base. That was a much better throw, but not a good way to go out. St. Louis 1 hit, Chicago 1 error, and we will head to the bottom half. Led off by center fielder Michael Bourne, Jason Bourne's brother. Left fielder Martin Prado. Shortstop Troy Tulowitzki. Right fielder J.D. Drew. Catcher Josh Thole, I think. His name always throws me off. We just had him the other day. Derek Barton at first base. Argenius Diaz, designated hitter. Alberto Cayespo. We're learning his name. It's not Calypso from Twisted Metal. Ricky Weeks is over at second base. Cayespo. Chad Billingsley is 3-0 with a 1.04 ERA at 8.2 innings pitched through 3 games, 6.610. hits, walks, strikeouts. There's your defensive alignment for the Cardinals. And it actually is Michael Bourne. That's nice. Right-handed pitcher for the Cardinals winds and fires. It's going to be hit well out to right, but the right fielder has a good beat on it, and he makes the catch just barely. The ball kind of flashed there weirdly, and I thought it might get past him. It's not a 100% catch rate with that animation. Sometimes it can't get past him. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's definitely going to be helpful for a guy who already has a low ERA. Pitch is in for a strike. And that misses low for a ball. Hopefully all the teams that you root for won today. That is rolled over. Second baseman comes in, scoops it cleanly, fires to first. And that is out number 2. Nice throw on the run. And got him out by a couple of steps. Troy Tulowitzki, the shortstop. Couple of home runs, 4 RBI. The 3-hole hitter steps in. Righty winds and fires. Takes a strike over the plate. Readies for pitch number 2. Tulowitzki is going to put a charge into that one out to center field for a nice 2-out single. Saw where he wanted to go and met him where he wanted to be. Played that north-south game and won. Ooh, and it's the Cubs who are going to be aggressive on the base paths. He is in clean. It was almost so bad a throw it was good. But you could really see with the windup on the catch or for the pitcher that it was not going to be in time because when that crowd cheers, he was halfway to second by the time the catcher got the ball. So a runner in scoring position for the lefty. Oh, they're going to go. Usually they don't go when the ball goes to third, the third base side. But got just far enough away. And he's able to advance 180 feet on 2 pitches. Bounces off that right knee. And it was a delayed start for Tulowitzki. That pitch misses low. Two and one. Goes outside, 3-1. Great opportunity for Chicago to get out to an early lead in this one. Especially sitting at such a bad record. That is past the diving third baseman. That'll score a run. It'll be a single. As the left fielder throws in. Nice throw into second. He wasn't going to go anyway, but wow. So an excellent stolen base. Good aggression, trying to get that extra base when the ball got away. And it's 1-0. Big swing on the first pitch goes foul. That'll make it 0-1. That one is hit. Second baseman picks it up and throws to first. So out number 3. But the Cubs do a little bit of damage. It's 1-0. Chicago. Ramirez, Jones, and DeRosa coming up for St. Louis in the top half of inning number 2. I gotta move that to that. Lefty readies and fires. That one misses low for a ball. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Nice location, low in the zone. It was probably either going to be missed like it was or very weak contact. The lefty readies the 1-1. Fouled away. Ramirez ready to swing today. As he's been up in the first and second innings due to the throw out at second. Really wanting that changeup, that curveball, big movement pitch. Able to get Ramirez to roll over it, and that will be out number 1. Chipper Jones has 8 RBI with a couple of home runs and an average over 300. That's what you want in the 5-hole spot. Switch hitter ready and fires into center, right center field. That's going to be an easy double as it hits off the ivy. Struts in to second. So a 1-out double. It's going to bring up Mark DeRosa. 1 home run, 2 RBI. Very good 364 average. These are the averages you want to see up there because they are the first 6 batters. They are going to get an at-bat in every single game. Home and away. Nice block by the catcher. Keeps it in front of him, and Jones retreats back to second. We'll go out and have a conversation. So it makes sense when the 7, 8, 9 hitters maybe don't have the greatest averages in the world. Of course, that would mean that you're losing probably a lot of home games. Or winning home games. I guess it'd be the first 7 then. 8 and 9 feel like where it gets real dicey. Because if, say, Chipper Jones or Ramirez hits a solo home run and they face the minimum otherwise, you only have to face 7 batters and still win 1-0. This one is popped up to the first base side. Jones stays back at second. The out is made by the third baseman coming in. It'll be Tyler Coven. So the lefty faces the lefty with a runner on second and 2 away. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Pitcher is ready, and that's in for a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Oh, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got news. Actual baseball-related news from about an hour ago. Josh Naylor is staying in Seattle. Looks like the Mariners are finalizing a 5-year contract. That pitch stays outside. With a one-time All-Star first baseman, sources tell ESPN's Jeff Passan. Financial terms are not yet known. Hell yes. That is awesome. Strike 3 in on the corner, and that will retire the side here in the top of the second. St. Louis Gets a hit but strands a runner at second. As we learn, I like Josh Naylor in Seattle. I like Josh Naylor. I'll say they don't run downstairs. That's a big piece of the puzzle for Seattle, if we're just being honest. So 33% of the lineup. A Julio. A Cal. A Josh Naylor. A Randy Arozarena. So I guess 4/9 of it. J.P. Crawford. So yeah, let's see. You would look for the big holes now for Seattle would be third base, third, second, and right. I guess they have Cole Young over at second. That's hit out to second, speaking of. That player's ears must be burning as we're talking about second baseman. Fires over to first nicely for the out. My throat is very thankful. My vocal cords very thankful for only 3 games today, apparently. Righty winds and fires and gets the swing under it. Both pitchers really liking that big looping curveball or changeup. And the hitters have not been able to time them up or square them up effectively. It's been a lot of pop-ups and hits driven into the ground. Here comes Cayespo. And that pitch is in for a strike. Pitching-wise, they're doing a nice job making sure that they're only down by 1 going into this top of the 3rd inning. Oof, big swing on a pitch that was staying up in the zone that was going to be ball 1, but fouled away, and now it's 0-2. Righty winds, fires. He goes back to that off-speed pitch with a large vertical movement, and it is slapped into right field. Ricky Weeks coming in here, 214 average. No home runs, does have an RBI. That pitch just outside for ball 1. Two and 0 the count here. That is hit well, but foul. Ready. Oh, nice pitch. Got him on the inside. It's jammed him and popped it all the way out to the left field, but before the warning track, and that will retire the side. So Ramirez throws the ball into the crowd. Chicago picks up a hit, strands a runner at first, and St. Louis will have their opportunity to try and score 1 to keep this game rolling, starting with Troy Glaus. Glaus? Glaus. Definitely Troy Glaus. The lefty's going to get a broken bat flare over to the right first base side. That is nice play. It's one of those weird ones where I don't know why it doesn't have, like, the game either runs at full sprint or walk. And so those plays look a little more circusy than they probably should. But one good pitch, one out, and the next one is in for a ball. Pitcher nods and readies. Here comes the 1-0. It's outside now, 2-0. Cubs leading 1-0 here in the the top of the third. Scored 1 run in the top of the first. It was a 2-out run. That one just missed outside. That looked pretty good from our angle, but we are off just a little bit. I don't love it. I don't love it, but it is what it is, and that's what we have to deal with. 3-0. It's got to be a hands-off controller moment. Got to let this just come in if it's a strike. Umpire looked like he maybe expanded the zone. Both, so it probably should be a 3-0 count or a 3-1 count either way. It just should have been 2-1, then 3-1 rather than 3-0 to 3-1. Hitters like swinging on 3-1 or 3-0. What? That one's rolled over. Third baseman snags it. Make sure he has a good grip on it. Hitters love swinging on 3-1. Umpires love expanding the zone on 3-0. And there we get our example of a hitter swinging on a 3-1, and it's a ground out to third. So Chicago 1 out away. That one sails high. 1 ball, no strikes. What was that other news that the thing was telling me about? Oh, just the Sunday rundown. Okay. Very good. Lefty. That one gets the inside for strike 1. Batter shakes his head in disapproval. That's a helmet tapper in 2026. And laces this one out to left. Okay. Met the pitcher where he wanted to go, up high in the zone. Looking for that swing and miss. So, a runner on first. The Cardinals have been very aggressive with their base running. I can't imagine that you do that in the third. But I also can see them continuing to be aggressive. They lost 2 runners on steal attempts in the first inning. It'll be interesting to see if they put him in motion here. It's a long windup as this one is fouled up the first base line, so maybe you can use that to your advantage. That was how Chicago put their runner in scoring position. They took advantage of kind of a long windup from the St. Louis pitcher. That one lined up the first base side, foul again. That is hit well out to center field. Center fielder takes a look at it. It's a 2-out, 2-run home run. The Chicago Cubs were 1 out away from taking this game, and instead, he puts one in the seats. Wow. 407 majestic feet. And that makes it 2-1 Cardinals here in the top of the third. Hanley Ramirez coming to the plate. It is that second time through the lineup. It is that funk where it's every hitter for St. Louis batting from the right side of the plate. Lefty readies and fires low for ball 1. That one will be lifted out left field. This one has a little bit more carry than I anticipated. It is out number 3, but St. Louis pushes it to the bottom of the third with a 2-out home run. It's 2-1. Bourne, Prado, Tulowitzki, who has the run for the Cubs coming up to keep this game alive. Here's the righty's first pitch of the bottom of the third. Gets that corner for strike 1. Missed on that pitch. One. Goes for the bunt, but foul. That makes it strike number 2. The righty fires outside and it misses. Another ball. Evens things up 2-2. That'll be hit. Third baseman scoops it cleanly and fires over to first. Just in time for out number 1. I do like that they have the rooftop seats out there. Prado grounds out. First baseman picks it and underhand toss to the pitcher covering. 2 away. Tulowitzki's been the Cubs offense today. He has a hit. He has a stolen base. He did advance on a wild pitch or a passed ball. See what he can do. Down to their final outs. That pitch misses low. Good patience. Don't let the moment get too big for you, says the expert in baseball who lost the World Series to the Cincinnati Reds. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch on the inside part of the plate. He wasn't going to do anything with that. Might have even broken his bat. Swung on and missed again. Down to their final strike now. Here it comes, the 1-2. Tulowitzki pops this one foul. Right fielder gave a little bit of chase, but he wasn't going to get to it because it was 3 rows deep and a little elevated. This pitch could end it. It does not. Evens up the count at 2-2. Swung on and missed. A little bit of a check swing, kind of a funky flail at it. And the St. Louis Cardinals, it kind of an anticlimactic ending. Cardinals pick up that 2-out, 2-run blast, swing the momentum in their favor, and they're able to get the Cubs 1-2-3 in the top half of the third. That will do it from Chicago. 2-1 your final. You can see why Chicago has a losing record. Ronnie Paulino, 1 for 2 with a 2-run blast. Makes sense that he is your player of the game. Chad Billingsley improves to 4-0. Doug Davis falls to 0-4. Paulino, his first home run of the season. Good time for him to come up with that. With 2 outs in the top of the third. So, with that game done, we will head to... We're heading to Colorado. Colorado taking on the San Diego Padres. And there's your rankings batting average-wise. Seattle down in 21st with their batting average. Cincinnati, St. Louis, Houston. All NL Central teams up there separated by 3 points. Colorado. The Mets are so shockingly high. Like, it is unreal that they're up there and they have the start to the season that they have had. Padres are 8-9. The Colorado Rockies 11-6. We learned a lot about them on Friday night. As we get set for game number 2 of our triple header today. Andrew McCutchen in center for the Padres. Alcides Escobar, the designated hitter. Third baseman David Wright. Right fielder Justin Upton. Jared Satalamacchia, he's behind the dish. James Loney over at first. Bobby Abreu in left. J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. Eric Young Jr. at second. Welcome on in if you're just joining us here. It's a lovely Sunday evening. Eric Bedard, 2-0 with a 3.24 ERA. 3 games with 8.1 innings pitched. 12-1-4 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Defense for the Colorado Rockies. Looks like Josh Naylor. Couldn't think of the name there. Josh Naylor is going to be a Seattle Mariner for the next few years, so that's very exciting. Lefty starter. Fires that one low. I don't think we've been to Coors Field a ton so far this season. We've had the Rockies, but it just doesn't feel like a stadium that we have familiarized ourselves with. That is hit to the third baseman. Nice snag over there. We were back there for a Diamondbacks, April 7th. Diamondbacks Rockies game. Oh, hello. Nice. I love when I do that during a regular broadcast. So, like, if you just joined us, I'm like, I did just join. How's it going, Walk Off? Good to see you. Here comes the 0-1 with one away. That pitch misses low for a ball. Shakes off the catcher. Readies and fires. That is hit into right field. Just kind of blooped or dumped out there. And that'll be a hit for Escobar. And puts a runner on with just one away. These jerseys are awful. Playing Outer Worlds, thought I'd give it another go after like 5 years of not playing it. Did you enjoy it the first time? I've started the Outer Worlds twice, and I've gotten to the exact same spot, and I just fall off of it. I get off that first planet, and I'm like, I don't know. No, because you go to the one place. Pitches inside. Almost gets him, but just a ball. Because you get off that first play, and then you go to the... I don't even know what it's called. Ooh, that's going to get away from him, and the runner will advance to second. That eliminates the double play. So some not great pitching here for the Rockies. Allows Escobar to get to second. Two and one. And that is hit well but foul. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But I like Obsidian games a lot, so I'm that guy. Fair. That is swung on and missed. Nice job going back to that spot. Made it a more competitive pitch and able to get the swing and the miss. I think I might just be more of a Fallout guy than an Obsidian guy. Because aside from New Vegas, I don't know that there's an Obsidian game that I really care about. Because it'd be KOTOR. It'd be New Vegas. It'd be Outer Worlds 1 and 2. I fell off Avowed pretty early. And I did not like Grounded. Which, to be fair, is a very different style of game, but did not care for that. I should be so in on the Outer Worlds. I really should. I love space. Space exploration stuff. This is lined or popped out to left. Or right. Thinking about space. San Diego gets one hit. They get a single. They advance that runner to second on a passed ball. And it'll be... But they strand him at second. Colorado coming up in the bottom of the first. Shane Victorino, center fielder. Then it'll be the shortstop, Steven Drew, the right fielder, Torrey Hunter, first baseman, Carlos Pena, third baseman, Mark Reynolds, catcher, John Jaso, left fielder, Juan Riviera, second baseman, Bill Hall, designated hitter, Michael Saunders. They have that left, right. Tricky lineup to get through. Rich Harden, 1 and 2 with an 8.68 ERA, 3 games with a 9.1 ERA. Or what? 8.68 ERA, 3 games, 9.1 innings is what I was trying to say. 12.05. 12 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Interesting. One of those games that could turn into a slog with the way missions work. I never felt that in New Vegas. Yeah, I definitely wasn't feeling like that in New Vegas when I was playing it. When I streamed it a few weeks ago. I think there's just something about the Fallout world that really works for me. Aesthetically and stylistically. Swung on and missed for... Oh and 2. Right-hander winds and fires. That misses low for a ball. It is, I think it's clear today. Fouled away. Dumping rain. Whew. Sounds kind of nice. I think it was clear when we went to the store earlier, but... It's been inconsistent lately. Let's see. Oh, it says light rain. My phone says light rain. So... That is hit up the middle. That'll be a single into center. Stephen Drew, second in the NL with 12 triples. Seems like that's a fact from last year. Big hack at the first pitch, and that is strike number one. Way under that one. Pitch out. Runner slides back into first. And it's 1-1. That is hit, sliced out to left field. It'll be a single. And the runners will just play station to station. So a runner in scoring position for Torrey Hunter, who has a .370 average. 1 home run, 1 RBI, or 7 RBI, and a stolen base. Nobody out. That pitch misses low. That one misses low as well, so perhaps pitching Torrey Hunter a little carefully, which makes sense. He's good. To the tune of a 2-0. How aggressive is Torrey Hunter here? Not aggressive at all. Takes that one in for a strike. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, foul. Up the first base line. That makes it 2-2. Hunter swings and misses, so falls behind, or gets ahead, 2-0, and then 3 straight strikes. That'll bring up Carlos Pena. My biggest gripe with Outer Worlds was you could only get to level 30, 36 with DLC. It's so limiting. Oh, I didn't realize the level cap was that low. Damn. Big swing and a miss there on pitch number 1, so that'll be 0-1 for the lefty. Looking to drive in a opening inning run for Colorado atop the NL West. Big swing and a miss on that as well. Looked like he was late on it as the graphics fall apart. The number's not even stuck to the back of the jersey. That is hit well. Who's going to get it? Center fielder will. Are they going to advance the runner from second? They will. Throw is very late, and that'll be safe. Go to level 99 now with the right bundle. It's on sale for 15. So I gave in to see if I could have more fun this time. Is it the... Is it like the Game of the Year edition for the Xbox One PS4 generation, or is it the Spacer's Choice bundle for the new gen consoles? Because I think, wouldn't they, theoretically, they'd have to go in and adjust how quickly you level, right? I don't remember that game leveling particularly quickly. Big swing and a miss. The Rockies taking hacks at a lot of it. It's called Spacer's Choice. Okay. If I remember correctly, that's the one that's for the new gen consoles. But they may have just released the Game of the Year edition as that on the previous gen as well. Nice hit past the diving shortstop, and it will score a run. Plate a run. I thought it was maybe going to be an out at second base, but the second base and the shortstop, they tend to overrun or just dive right over the ball. Just a little dolphin dive. That one's going to be popped directly in the air. The catcher waves everybody off. Unsure, but I think it's PS4. It's called Board Approved. Okay. Saltalamacchia, Loney, and Abreu coming up as the Colorado Rockies take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. 3 hits, 1 run. Board approved. Okay, that makes sense. Lefty readies. Fires in the first pitch. It's going to be a swing and a hit foul. Oh and 1. That's going to be popped out to right, or fly out to right. And that is a quick out, number 1. 2 pitches, 2 swings, 1 foul, 1 out. That will be Torrey Hunter out there in right field. James Loney has 5 RBI on the season with a home run. We've stopped calling him James Looney Tunes, so that's good news. A win for everyone all around. Lefty drops a pitch low for a ball. 1-0. What the reported Josh Naylor re-signing means 4. Okay. That's just opinion. Kind of curious if we're going to get the terms of the deal anytime soon. Very exciting, though. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Don't love seeing him shake his head like that. And it's going to get hit. Shortstop. Nice pick. And a fire over to first off balance for out number 2. Abreu takes a strike. So let's see. What is the Outer Worlds? That pitch is in for a strike. Combat setting, plot, gameplay, reception, release. Okay. They don't have any. I was hoping there would be a section about the DLCs. Pitches on the outside for a ball. Here comes the 2-2 with 2 away in the top of the second. It is hit out to center. A nice running grab. Takes a tumble but makes the catch to end the frame. Wasn't sure he was going to be able to get there. I thought it was going to be a... Oh. Game broke. Thought it was going to be a dive that might get weird. Juan Rivera. Damn it. I always put an extra vowel in there. Colorado 1, San Diego nothing here in the bottom of the second. So we're just getting underway here in the bottom of the second. That is a nice pitch on the low inside corner. Strike 1. It's a nice pitch. but can't get the call. So 1-1. That's hit over to the shortstop. That's over to first. Out number 1. Bill Hall. He has a home run on the season to go with 7 RBI. That's a strike on the inside. Just gets the part of that part of the zone. See if San Diego can do what St. Louis did in the last game. That one sails outside. St. Louis went into that top of the third, just down 1, and had a good bottom of the second. Well, they were able to just hold that deficit to 1. They were able to swing things in their favor with a 2-out home run. Big swing on that pitch. Fouled away. That is a broken bat flare to right, or first base, and that'll be an out. So 2 outs for the Rockies. Michael Saunders go Mariners. 429 with 5 RBI. Saunders rips it, but it slices foul. Was not going to get to home run territory, but still a pretty decent swing on pitch number 1. Catcher sets up on the outside yet again. Pitch is more accurate to where the catcher wanted it, but cannot get the swing. So it's a ball outside, 1-1. Here comes the pitch from the righty. That's a pitch that's so bad it's good. Gets that outside corner, but the catcher was set up behind the batter. You love that. 1-2. Only once in all my hitting baseballs with wooden bats have I ever broke a bat hitting a ball. Yeah, that makes sense. That pitch misses low. That's a ball. Three and 2. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Tied him up inside. Big swing. Big miss. And that's out number 3. So Colorado cannot add to the lead at all, and they will take a 1-0 advantage into the top of the third. 471 average here for Hardy. Looking to get things going, to maybe swing things in their favor late in this one. That's in for a strike. Nice pitch. Want to see this Rockies pitcher be aggressive. See if he can get some contact. That's some easy outs. Like that. That's helpful. Good start. 1 away. Eric Young Jr. has an RBI, but no average. See what he can do against the lefty with 1 away. That'll be hit out to left. It's going to stay fair. Is it? Just foul. Oh my goodness. That ball carried for so long. I was waiting for that to drop. Okay. It's going to be a nice hit down the left field line. It's still going. It's curving. It's still going. It's going. Foul. Takes that pitch in for a strike. One and two. Fouls that one up the third base line again. Stays 1-2. That pitch stays high for ball 2. Rolls over that pitch to the third baseman. Can't beat it out, and that is out. Number 2. Andrew McCutchen 0 for 1 with a .265 average. McCutchen, the last chance for the Padres right here. Takes a pitch outside for ball number 1. We are going to be heading to Seattle after this. Royals Mariners for the third game of the day. Third and final game of the day, because that's all there is for April 19th. That misses low. Lefty fires and misses again. McCutchen with a good eye here. 3-0. I mean, it's got to be hands off the controller. Umpire does like expanding the zone in this count. It hits him. Can't expand the zone when he hits him. So that'll bring up Alcides Escobar. Escobar. Oh my goodness. We've already seen one 2-out, 2-run home run to swing the lead from one team to another. Do we see another? McCutchen on first. That pitch misses for a ball. One and 0. That one misses low for ball 2. Lefty readies to fire the 2-0. It is popped to the right side. Right fielder giving chase, and it is just out of play. Right fielder wasn't going to get there either way. Here's another pitch from the lefty. It's rolled over. Third baseman dives. The animation gives it to him, but he's not in time. He throws it into the stands. Oh my goodness. The runner was going to third. What do we have here? Is it second and third, or is it a run score? It is runners on second and third. A lefty. That's high. Without Googling, what do you think the highest exit velocity of a batted ball in MLB? And it was this year, and it was O'Neal Cruz. Oh, because it was like 121 or something like that. I remember hearing about that, but I don't remember the exact number. Well, I'll say 121. I'll lock that in. Two on, 2 out. This pitcher has got to find the zone. Big swing and a miss from David Wright there. MLB 07, the show cover athlete. Close, it was 122.9. I'll take it. I was in the ballpark. I was worried that I was way off. That is out to right. Hunter has a beat on it, and that will be out number 3. So, the error nearly costs them, but the pitcher is able to buckle down just enough to get a 1-0 victory for the Rockies. Wish we could hit 120 exit velo in MLB The Show. What's the highest you can hit in the show? I'm going to guess you can't get over 115. I feel like those are some of the limits of the numbers. Eric Bedard, your player of the game, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout on the day. He improves to 3-0. Rich Harden falls to 1-3. It's 1 run in the first for the Rockies and just holding on for dear life ever since then. That, you know what? We're familiar with those types of games in our MLB The Show seasons where you just go, we got 1 in the first. Can we hold on for 8.5 or 9 innings, depending on if we're home and away? And that will conclude game number 2. We have the Royals and the Mariners to wrap us up for the day. Adam Wainwright and Cahill. Oof, I did not realize the Mariners were 30th in pitching. Just kidding, hold on, I don't want to play the game. Rankings, home runs, Cleveland with just 3. LA-D and LAA, 12-11. Cincy with 11. The Yankees, Padres, Astros with 10. San Francisco has 8 along with Seattle. Colorado with just 7, but a good record, so hard to argue that. Let's change this over to the Seattle one. And get prepped for our third and final game of the day. It's the Mariners taking on the Royals. Both teams 10-5. Off to good starts in their respective divisions. 117 is the highest proven by video in MLB The Show 25, but some people claim to have hit 120. Austin Jackson, the center fielder, is going to lead off for the Kansas City Royals here in Safeco Field. Placidio Polanco at third base. Mark Teixeira over at first. Right fielder Travis Snyder. Catcher Brian McCann. Shortstop Alexi Ramirez. Left fielder Josh Willingham. Second baseman Neil Walker. Designated hitter Alex Gonzalez. According to Google, some people have claimed I hit 120. That's like when Reese in Malcolm in the Middle says that he beat Sub-Zero and Hal laughs at him. That's ridiculous, Reese. No one can beat Sub-Zero. Trevor Cahill, 1-2 with a 5.40 ERA. 3 games with 8.1 innings pitched. And a lightning fast removal of the statistics. 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. That'll bring in Austin Jackson. The righty is ready for pitch number 1 of the game. And it is in for a strike. Trevor Cahill. Oh, okay, good. It's a nice pitch on the outside part of the plate for Cahill. And that'll be a 0-2 count now. That one's high and outside. Cahill ready. Nods in approval. Winds and fires. Popped foul at the first base side. So it will remain 1-2. Good old Safeco Field, now T-Mobile Park. And a swing and a miss in Kansas City. 1 out, down on strikes. An incredibly helpful replay right there. Placido Polanco. That's going to be popped out to center. Runs in, but a nice easy grab, and just like that, 2 away. So a strikeout at a 1-pitch flyout. The Mariners are rolling early in this one. Mark Teixeira. That pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Teixeira looks at a strike on the outside part of the plate. Makes it 1-1 against the lefty. That is hit well out to right. Ichiro's not going to have a chance at that one. It is gone. 1-0. Kansas City. You can see why he was being so cautious with Teixeira as he puts that one in the seats. No doubt about it. We get to see that sweet swing from Teixeira again and again and again. 407 majestic feet to an empty seat out in the right field stands. Seattle got to a good start, a strikeout, and then a nice easy out to center, but they can't avoid they cannot get the clean inning. Oof, big swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Got him to go. That's a nice pitch on the inside. It's a good take from Kansas City there. Just went for a big pitch on the inside. Let him dot it up. If he's going to dot it, fine. Cahill gets him to roll over that one. Second baseman scoops it and fires to first. It's out number 3, but Teixeira, the big swing of the inning, gives Kansas City a 1-0 lead. As you can see, the Mariners starting lineup. Last time we had the Mariners, they played the Tigers extra innings game. And the leadoff man, left fielder Brett Gardner, looked really good. Had to hit a couple of steals. Kurt Suzuki, the catcher. Right fielder Ichiro. Aramis Ramirez. There it is. Aramis Ramirez at third. Travis Hafner at first. Brett Wallace, the DH. Reed Brigniak at short. Ian Kinsler over at second. Center fielder is Milky Cabrera. That triple lefty almost bit the Mariners in the behinds in the extra innings in Detroit, but they were able to wiggle their way through it and pick up a victory. So Adam Wainwright, 0-2 with a 4.70 ERA, 3 games with 7.2, 12, 3, 10 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Bum, 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 bum. So if Gardner can get on, I would anticipate him to steal. He stole second, he stole third in the first inning in Detroit. And that's what this righty has to face. And that one's fouled up the first base line. Ichiro was able to knock him in later in the inning. So if you're a Mariners fan like myself, you want him on and aggressive. Good patience there as Wainwright tests the inside. Does not get to swing. It's 1-1. That's going to be hit over to the first base side. Oof. Tries to leg it out. Good speed going up the first base line, but it's just... That's advantage defense every single time, out by about a step. So Wainwright retires the first batter. That'll bring in Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki takes a strike. Makes the count 0-1. That pitch misses low. 1-1. Wow, this looks way worse than I remember. A PlayStation 2 game? Yeah, it doesn't look great. Definitely, it's PS2. Big sweeping changeup on the outside. Guess I was wrong when I said the graphics haven't improved over 10 years. That is hit well out to right, but I don't think it's going to have the distance. On the warning track, a couple steps away from the wall, and makes the grab out. Number 2. Oops. Ichiro coming in for... Or coming in... Well, thank God. You know, he's playing for the Mariners. It's all we could ask for. Takes that pitch outside for a ball. If you subbed, thanks for subbing. I appreciate it. 2-0. With 2 away, Ichiro slaps it toward the first baseman, and he'll run over to step on the bag. So everything for the Mariners goes out to that right side, and they can't do anything with it. McCann, Ramirez, and Willingham coming up for Kansas City, who leads 1-0 after 1. McCann fouls that one off. It's 0-1. And that will go the opposite way. Foul ball. Other side, same result. 0-2. Pitcher shakes off his catcher. And that will be ground out to the second baseman. Fires over to first, and that is out. Number 1. Kinsler with a nice play there. Alexi Ramirez, 5 RBI, a couple of home runs, a stolen base to go along with that pretty good looking 381 average. You don't have an ERA as a hitter. Fouled away. Kansas City aggressively swinging. That one sails high for a ball. 1-1. That'll be right back up the middle. They do not give the pitcher the animation to get a hold of that ball. Be interesting to see if we get a replay. What that replay will be. Can we get a look at it? The way you put the glove down and everything, but it just must have been on the wrong side there. I mean, how many hits do we lose to right up the middle to... Ooh, it's just to his left. Looks like he has the glove down and everything, but the game just kind of didn't give it to him. No. Skips off the mound out into center field, so 1 on with 1 away. I'll bring in this guy. Probably I interrupted his stats on the screen, my bad. That's a strike. Inside corner. Nice location. That one swung on and missed. That's a really nice little slider there. Looked good and then just dipped out of the zone. The righty readies. Gets a swing and a miss, and that is a nice strikeout. So a good bounce back after the single. They will bring in Neil Walker, the left-handed hitter. 235 average, has the 1 RBI. This is the first of a 4-game set for the Royals and the Mariners. That one will be rolled over. First baseman grabs it. Underhand toss to the pitcher. And that'll be out number 3. So, good job to hold him. They limit him to 1 hit, but strand him at first. Ramirez, Hafner, Wallace coming up for the Mariners in the bottom half of the second. Look at it, even this game up. That's in for a strike. Nice location. And it's a good take for the Mariners batter, Ramirez. 0-1. He's not going to do anything with that. It's kind of just a let Wainwright dot at that pitch. Gets the outside part of the plate, so east to west as the batter has a little bit of a chat with the umpire behind the plate. There are ejections in this game. We've seen 2 of them. Tries to go back to that outside edge. Does not get the call. And the pit catcher sets up 3rd straight pitch on the outside. Goes inside and misses there. This is really good patience for Ramirez at the dish. Fell behind 0-2 on a couple really nice pitches. He's taken 3 straight balls. And gets rung up on strikes on the outside part of the plate. He looked at 6 pitches. Don't think he swung at a single one. It's a really nice location. That outside corner, 89 miles an hour. No break on it. Going to bring in Travis Hafner. That is out to right field. First baseman didn't make a move at it at all. Looked like maybe a bit of a funky gather out there in right. So 1 on, 1 away here for the Mariners in the bottom of the second. That's in for a strike. This game does have some really weird moments like that where it goes past that first baseman where they just don't make a move. Happens all across the field. That one's going to be hit third base side, but foul. And this was before they adjusted the scoreboard out in right field, or left field. at Safeco, now T-Mobile Park. Here comes the 1-2. Misses low. Good eye there. Wainwright ready. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and driven up the middle to center. That will move him up one base, and that'll put a runner in scoring position with just one away. Leaned out over the plate and got that one. So who does that bring up? Reed Brigniak. A 143 average. Zeros in the spots you don't really want them. Here's a good opportunity to pick up his first RBI. I mean, you're kind of looking for anything but the inning-ending double play. The game does not know what to do graphically behind the dish. Strike one on the outside part. Now it's broken. Here comes the 1-1, swung on. It's going to be to the second baseman. He's not going to have a play at second. So he at least advances the runners and stays out of the double play. Ian Kinsler now with an opportunity. Two in scoring position. That's well outside. Good take. 1-0. That'll be hit into left field. Nice hit by Kinsler's going to score two and swing this game in the favor of Seattle. A two-run, two-out double puts Seattle up 2-1. Wow. We've been blessed with some good Mariners games here. They won in extras over the Tigers. They had a walk-off win against the Rangers. A late swing here in this one brings up Melky Cabrera. A 187 average. Zeros the rest of the way. Home runs, RBI, stolen base. And Kinsler's in scoring position. That one will be tapped up the first base side, foul. Righty readies and fires. That one's foul as well. 0-2. A runner on second with two away. Good take there. As that pitch just stayed high on Wainwright. 1-2. That is a broken bat. Pop out to the catcher in foul territory, but the Mariners score two. Kansas City is going to send up Gonzalez, Jackson, and Polanco. Down by one. Right behind Polanco, I believe, is Teixeira, so they need to be... Mariners need to get through these first three bats. Cahill, that's a good start for him. It's going to be popped out to the catcher. They'll make the grab in foul territory. One pitch, one out. Austin Jackson, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. This was how the Mariners started in that top of the first inning. They had a couple nice outs. It was a strikeout, and then it was a one pitch out, and then they give up a home run. That one misses low. Righty misses again. It's 2-0. That one's in for a strike. Make it 2-1. That one misses outside. 3-1. Cahill's got to find the zone a little more consistently here if he wants to get this win. 3-1. We like to see the batters really aggressive in this count. Instead, he's patient and works a walk. So 1 on and with 1 away. That one was well off the plate, so a very good eye there. 3-1, pick a spot. If it's going to be in there, give it a shot, but otherwise just let it go. That is going to be an out. A running grab by the left fielder. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get there in time. The problem is that is 1 out at a time. Gardner does have pretty good speed, so I guess I shouldn't be super surprised. Teixeira 1 for 1 with a solo home run in the first. He can swing the lead back in favor of the Kansas City Royals with a big swing here. 1 on with 2 away. Pitcher again, kind of staying away from Teixeira. Makes sense. Got burned in the first at-bat. And makes sense in the first at-bat because Mark Teixeira's pretty friggin' good. Checks on the runner at first. Back in time safely. Here comes the 1-0. Teixeira lines that out to right. Ichiro has a cannon for an arm. That should hold the runner at third. It does. Stays in the ballpark, but puts the tying run 90 feet away. You can kind of see why both these teams are 10-5. Travis Snyder is 0 for 1. I believe it was a ground out to the first baseman. Back in the first. But runners on the corners. There is the tying run comes across the plate. And they will throw it in to limit the runners. 1 pitch, 1 swing. We are all tied up at 2. It'll be Brian McCann, 0 for 1. That pitch misses inside. So Cahill's struggling here. Can't seem to find the zone in a consistent manner. He's now given up 3 hits. And it's the 1 out at a time innings. Another 2-0. That is foul up the first baseline. Wow. That is a big break for the Mariners, as that could have been really bad. Ichiro has a cannon for an arm, but he was going to be running for a bit. And that'll be hit up the third baseline foul. Seattle does have good speed in left and obviously Ichiro in right. I bet if I played as this unit, I would probably like the outfield. That is hit. That's going to get out into the outfield. The runner's kind of hesitated. It's going to be a tight play at the plate. He is out. It bopped off the glove. Oh my goodness, the Royals should have the bases loaded. It hit off the glove of the second baseman and kind of rattled into right a little bit. And they just, if he keeps a fluid motion, he's there. Wow. The Mariners with a couple of huge breaks there. And that'll take us to the bottom of the third. 2-2. Gardner fouls that one away. Gardner's been very aggressive swinging the bat. And of course, as soon as I say that, he has a nice take. Ooh. It's that inside corner for a strike. That makes it 1-2. That one's low for a ball. Evens things up at 2-2. Wainwright winds, fires. Gardner fouls that one away, so it stays 2-2. That one gets away. Doesn't matter because there's nobody on. Does fill the count, though. That'll bring up, here's the payoff pitch. Gardner fouls it away. Payoff pitch number 2. Misses low and outside. So Gardner gets on base. He had 2 steals in the game against Detroit. What does he do here? I would anticipate they put him in motion. They will check on him. Safe. Still no outs on the pickoff attempt. Suzuki as they pitch out. One and 0. Checking on the runner at first again. Back in safe. Some disapproving boos from the crowd ran down. That one missed. Okay. I thought that was going to be a good pitch. We see that bottom rail get the calls. But it'll be 2-0. 2 checks on first. 2 balls to Suzuki. That's inside, ball 3. Mariners looking for a walk-off win here in the bottom of the third, 2-2. There's got to be a hands-off controller moment. It's a strike, and actually one of the rare, good strike calls that we see on a 3-0 count. Umpire really likes expanding the zone. So now it flips. That's going to be low. It's going to be safe at second. I do know that if the Phillies play the Pirates, you have to watch it. Yeah, I'll watch that. I don't know when they will, though. We've been able to watch pretty much one game of every series. Full count, runner on second. Here comes the payoff. That one's low, so it would have been a runner on second either way. Well, I guess don't want to get thrown out. The good old poop game. Well, you know what? We'll look and see when they play each other. All right, Royals are going to go to the bullpen. They're going to bring in Jim Johnson. He has 4 games on record, a 1-1 record, 9.0 ERA in 2 innings, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And he is inheriting 2 on with nobody gone, and he has to face Ichiro. 1 home run, 3 RBI. And we saw one of them back in Detroit. The righty sets. That's going to get away. Runners are going to advance. So it's 90 feet. That is brutal. They bring him in. It's 1 pitch that gets away. That's true. It is always fun until someone scores a run. That makes it 2-0. Gardner's a good guy for the Mariners to have on third. For the potential of a sac fly. That's in at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. That is going to be hit to the second baseman. He'll toss to first. It was right to him. There was nowhere for anybody to go, so... There's your game-winning run right there. It's going to bring in Aramis Ramirez. Just needs a little air under it. Oh, a big hack there. Good take on that second pitch. Ball low. Swung on and foul. Nice take as that sails outside. 2-2 now. I believe is the count there. It is indeed. 1 away in a 2-2 game. 2 on. That gets away. They're not going to send anybody. This pitcher has been a little bit wild. Full count. Here's a payoff pitch. That could do it. It's out deep to left. It's going to be a tag situation. Here's the catch. He tags at third. Hustling home. The throw is in. It's cut off, and it's safe at the plate. The Mariners walk it off. 3-2 is your final. It was a pretty low throw. Wow. So a good job by Gardner. He gets the steal of second. They advance to second and third after the walk. And then the wild pitch advances them to second and third. Ichiro hits right to the second baseman. They're able to get a sacrifice fly for the winning run. And that is your player of the game, Ian Kinsler. 1-for-1 with a double and 2 RBI in the bottom of the second. They couldn't hold the lead in the top of the third, but they get the win at the bottom of the third. 3-2, your final. Trevor Cahill improves to 2-2. Adam Wainwright 0-3. Teixeira had the absolute nuke shot in the first, his second of the season. Seattle picks up win number 11 on the year. Teixeira was 2-for-2. Kinsler 1-for-1. And we're going to look to see when we get a poop game. Let's see. So we want, what, Phillies? Oh, no. I got excited. I saw red and I got excited. So they haven't played them in April. Okay, so we haven't missed it. There's no poop games. No poop games, unfortunately. With the short schedule. Darn. Well, those were all the games today. There were only 3 for us to pick from, so 2-1 Cardinals over the Cubs, 1-0 Rockies over the Padres, and we watched the Mariners win 3-2. So that'll do it for your stream this evening. Thanks everybody so much for hanging out. Let's sim to date, and then we will get this saved. We'll be back tomorrow with 4 games. There are only a few days where there are not more than 4 games. And unfortunately, no poop games for us to enjoy. Hold on. Save over the season. Just double checking. As we pop a save and get ready to bid you goodbye. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed today's action. We'll be back with 4 games tomorrow here on the channel in MLB 11, the show. The greatest looking game in the history of man. Peace. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Good night. Good sports. Go baseball.